Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Coffee and Collaboration. Your host, Kimberly Winborn, will show you the power of proactive networking. Grab your coffee and let's get started.
Hello. Welcome to the Coffee and Collaborations podcast. I am excited because a couple weeks ago, we had my business partner, James Branch, to join us on the show. We talked about the fact that we're going to be talking about a few more things in the area of finance so that we can get back to the helm of the reason why I started this show. That being, for those who may be listening for the first time, my name is Kimberly Winborn of Kimberly Winborn, LLC. Coffee and Collaborations launched April of 2018. And the reason why is a lot of people have gotten away from networking. And I wanted to let people know that there's so much value in intentional networking, and then give you the tools to be able to understand how to do that effectively as entrepreneurs, while at the same time teaching you the art of collaboration. Now that is the big picture. If we can understand that through intentional networking, we can create amazing collaborations from those relationships that we build from that intentional networking, that we can then in turn have those pieces of the puzzle that we're missing in our business, which can absolutely save money, time, energy, effort, grow our revenue exponentially. So that I'm so alone in entrepreneurship model that so many people struggle through for years to where they never get to the success that they knew from the beginning when they had that amazing vision that they would achieve. They can do that as a result of collaboration. And the bottom line being, how can our businesses make us money? And how can we do that more effectively, efficiently, and bottom line, quicker? Because we all need to make money. And so today, James is here to kind of help with that whole entrepreneur's mindset that we need to have in order to achieve that. We're going to talk through that. We're going to have a conversation about it. And then also, we both have some experience in various forms of entrepreneurship. And so we're going to talk about that. But before I move any forward, I want to give James an opportunity to say hello.
Hello, everyone, and I'm glad to be here to share some of this information with you. Thanks, Kim.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, I have to edify him again. Now, James is very behind the scenes, but he is a plethora of knowledge. And one of the reasons why I know we're connected is because this friendship that we've built has been able to bless my life so much. But then also, he's such a blessing to so many people with the education, with the experience that he's had in entrepreneurship, that I just wanted to give him a platform. And I was pushing, like, James, please come on the show with me more, because every show you have been able to provide nuggets of information that is going to make a big difference. And I thank you all for listening a few weeks ago when he was on the show. I've gotten great feedback. He shared some feedback that he's received. And so I want to take the time right now to thank you all for listening. Thank you for your feedback. Continue to share your thoughts, the things you want to hear about on the show. How can we help you in the areas of finance? How can we help you in the area of networking and collaboration? How can we help you in the area of entrepreneurship? It could be a resource. It could be something coming up by way of trainings or workshops. How can we on the Coffee and Collaborations podcast help you? So go to info@coffeeandcollaborations.com. Send us an email. Let us know. You can also follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. You can send us a message through either of those portals to let us know what is it that you want to hear and how can we help you. And of course, you can reach out to me at KimberlyWinbornLLC.com. But you have every means and every avenue that you can get in touch with either of us. So we're going to move forward, and we're going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship and why, if you're on the edge of trying to decide, should I become an entrepreneur or not? Am I made for this? Can I do this? I don't know if I have the tools to achieve and succeed this. So we want to help you to give you reasons to pad the decision to move forward with that thought of being an entrepreneur. And so James and I were talking about the fact that years ago we were introduced to the cash flow quadrant. And so basically, if you've never heard of that, you can go look it up, Robert Kiyosaki, go Google cash flow quadrant. But it's basically the idea that there's a left side and a right side of the quadrant. The left side is the side that most of America is on. So if you look at the numbers, they probably changed a bit, but let's just say 5% are on the right side and 95% of us are on the left side. Now on that left side is the employed and self-employed. Now, of course, self-employed, you've created a job for yourself. You have a business, you've basically created a job for yourself because you're trading time for money on both of those sides. We all know what the employed is. While on the right side, your money is making money for you because of the interest compounding for you. So that's the B-type business owners and investors. Today, we're going to focus on that B-type business owner, that person that's interested in being an entrepreneur, but may not have anything in mind, feels like maybe they want to do something that is already created. It could be a franchise. It could be a franchise model, such as a multi-level marketing or direct sales. It could be insurance, whatever that is. It could be real estate. But a B-type business is a business entity that can absolutely create residual income. And then you use that to be able to go to that next quadrant of investment and become an investor. So I'm going to stop talking. I wanted to set the stage for where we're going and what we want to talk about. Because once you guys have this information, like we got it, then you can share it with somebody else. And just imagine that one bit of information that you give to someone else that you've received for yourself, how it, number one, can affect and change your household. But number two, change your community, change your children's lives, and so forth and so on. It's generational and it's legacy, and that's what it's all about. I don't just get up every morning and jump on the show every week, the podcast or whatever I do, just to hear myself speak. I can be quiet, but when I know that I'm commissioned to be a light to share the bit of information that I have with others, that absolutely inspires me. So James, can you kind of let us know some of the statistics or information that people can take away from this podcast to be able to do something different in their lives that could potentially change their lives, and then share with them how?
First, I would like to say, again, if you're thinking about starting your own business, what I want you to do is, if you've been thinking about it a long time, stop thinking. The time now is to start acting. Because in this arena, working for yourself, being self-employed, having a part-time or full-time home-based business, there are lots of advantages that will help you along the way, such as an enormous amount of tax breaks that you'll be able to partake in that you can't do right now being a W-2 employee. The advantages of being able to control your time, more time with your kids in school and functions, more time to focus on ideas. You can upsize, downsize as you need to. But I encourage you, if you have questions, to reach out to us on the show and we can help you. Now, we may not have all the answers, but we have an incredible network of professionals, from tax attorneys, people that can help you get to that next step so that you can be successful. There's no point in waiting anymore. You're not getting any younger. And because of that, you need to do something now and control the time that you do have by acting now. You don't have to have all the answers. You only need just a few to get started. Les Brown, was famous for saying that some of the best dreams in the world are in the graveyard because people never acted on them. Because of that, I encourage you not to wait anymore. So if you're thinking about doing that, you need to get busy. Let's get started. We can help you. I guarantee you, we can help you.
So when you say, James, that we can help them, of course, with the resources and the information, Can you share an example of something that was life-changing in as far as starting your own business? Like, what about that first time that you thought yourself, hey, I want to be a business owner, and maybe you thought, well, I don't know what to do. What was it? What was that business, and how were you able to catapult ahead and do that? And then if you could give some nuggets of information as to other avenues specifically that people can use, and some of those, you mentioned tax breaks. What are those tax breaks that you've experienced?
I can remember a business where I got involved in a commercial cleaning franchise business right here in the Raleigh area. I started out small. I didn't have a background when it come to cleaning commercial buildings. I didn't know a whole lot about it, but I had the opportunity to take a look at it. And I started small. And because I started small, I was able to expand to like 7 counties, 35 commercial buildings, 8 employees, but it started with just me by myself. And I was able to produce a 6-figure income for a while running that business. And you were able to take advantages of the mileage, your gas, supplies, where you could write these things off on your taxes, health insurance, because you're self-employed. Those premiums were tax deductible. And I still had my day job, and having that extra income come in opened up doors so that it allowed me to expand. Starting small and working until it became much larger, I was able to get, all kinds of equipment that I was able to put to work and have different options, from carpet cleaning to steam cleaning, from waxing floors. I mean, just a number of things. I had no idea that I would be doing those things. And because I was open-minded and willing to learn and to be open, I was able to make it happen. And not only did it happen for me, it happened for the people that worked with me. They were my employees, but they were getting paid great money, and I was helping the community. So that was a great example of really not knowing, not having all the facts. I didn't know everything that I needed to know, but I was willing to seek help, get the right answers to the questions that I had, and it led to a very successful time in commercial cleaning.
Awesome. Now, you mentioned tax breaks, and I want to say, everyone in business, one of the mistakes that many people make is not getting the right counsel. So make sure, like he just said, you get a CPA and you get a bookkeeper, and maybe your CPA already has a bookkeeper that works with them. You get an attorney that can help you with contracts and different things like that. So there's some foundational things that as entrepreneurs we have to have in order to guarantee that we'll be more successful. But then, like you said, there are some tax benefits, and that CPA will be able to help you with that. Statistically speaking, and these are numbers from about 2 years ago, if you are to add a entrepreneurial venture to your life, if you are to say, I'm going to start a business, and it doesn't matter what type of business that is, you can take a hobby and make it into a business. You can work with, like he mentioned, a franchise model. You can work with a multi-level marketing business. Whatever it is that you end up deciding to do, statistically, about $400 per month additional to your household will change your life. Statistically, that's it. $400 to $500 has been the make or break point in people's lives. So just think about, what could an additional $400 or $500 do for your life? And it's such a small number. So imagine if you're able to create success where you're making $800, $1,000, $2,000, while also working a full-time job. Imagine being able to do the things that you've always wanted to do. Get from underneath the bondage that has been holding you down, such as student loans, car payments, all these different things that debilitate us financially in life. And so that is what this show particularly particularly is about. That's why I wanted to bring James on, because we want to challenge you while also inspiring, encouraging, and educating you that there are tools available through us, but then also, like you said, extended resources that can help you if you have that desire. Like you just said, today is the day. You just have to say yes to your inspiration inside of yourself, because everything else is there. You just got to get somebody to help you pull it out. And so when we continue with these shows, we're going to be talking about our experiences in these models. He mentioned the commercial cleaning business. He's also done some things with insurance. You were an insurance agent for how long, James?
18 years I was an insurance agent. 18
years. So you were able to make a career of that, correct?
Correct.
And so think about that. If you have a desire to be able to help people by changing their lives with financial literacy, which is under the awning of insurance, as well as family protection, even wealth building strategies, some, I'm going to use the term lightly, but investment options. It's so many things that he was able to do with insurance as a career. And so that's another way. Some people do it full time, while others just do it part time. It's an ancillary to what they're already doing. That's another option for a part-time position. So it's so many ways. There are so many ways that you can achieve your next level by just saying yes to that thought that's floating, that's lingering in your mind.
And Kim, you mentioned something when you talked about a hobby. I was talking to your friend over the weekend, and they like doing face painting, and they have a wonderful time doing balloons and stuff for little kids, and it's going to become a part-time job and ultimately replace their day job. And I mentioned that, and because you mentioned it, is a hobby. If you're doing something that you're compassionate about, it's a hobby, you love it, you probably don't feel like you're doing a job, a job. And time will go by so fast throughout the day because you really enjoy doing it. And so many of us are blessed with things that we do very, very well. You probably have friends encourage you, you ought to consider making that a business. You ought to consider charging people for what you do. Well, I say to you, you really ought to considering that. You will be amazed at the difference it would make in your effort to have a home-based business if you pursue those special gifts, those special talents, unique to you only in a lot of cases. It would be a wonderful way to branch out and get started with something referred to a home-based business. That's your hobby. That's your passion.
Right. Yes, so true. And, a lot of people feel like because it's their hobby and they're doing it from home, that it's not really a business. And so then there's that mindset that we were talking about earlier. Take that and run. Make it something that, it's not just a hustle, but it's actually something that you're able to use to your advantage.
Absolutely.
Guys, you are capable of so many things, and a lot of times we demote ourselves because it's just a hobby. We demote our gifts and our amazing skills because it seems so easy to us, or just whatever that is. That thing that's so easy to you, people will pay for. So what is that for you? What can you do in your own household to change your life, to change the trajectory of the path that you're on? And that's what this is all about. And so, James, did you want to add anything else before we close out?
Yes, I just want to encourage you, if you're thinking about doing this, I got a word of caution for you. Do not let yourself be led off astray from the negative response you could get from somebody who don't understand what it is that you want to do. People that are not open to being an entrepreneur. You need to plug in and surround yourself with somebody that's doing it. You need support. You need to listen in to the Coffee and Collaboration show. We have quite a few people that come on this show that can reach out and help you. because, it may not be easy, but it's doable. It is possible, and it's happening for many, many people across this country every year. I mean, billions of dollars are being earned from the home-based business industry. So, somebody who don't have your vision in line, that's okay. But if you come to me and you ask me, how can you do it? We're going to find a way to make it happen. We don't know all the answers, but answers are out there. So when you hear Kim and I talking and you want our support, be ready to go to work, because we're going to find a way to help you reach those dreams, reach those goals. And negativity, there is no place for it, because it's tough enough just making that decision to go for it, to do it. We're not going to be held back by negative opinions, people who don't understand, people who have no passion, no vision. There is no reason to go down that avenue, because we are a creature of habits. And it's hard enough dealing with those things that we've learned all our life, to work into death or to retirement. We don't want to do that. We want to live now instead of later. So keep that in mind. If you ask me how to do it, I'm going to find you a way to get it done. And if I don't know, Kim, somebody's going to reach out, and we're going to pull you, and we're going to encourage you, and we're going to support you until you make it.
Well, thank you, James. And thank you all for listening to the Coffee and Collaborations podcast. Join us every Monday where we launch the show, but you can find the show, the replays, catch us on YouTube. You can go to www.coffeeandcollaborations.com, and you'll find full access to what we're all about, like I said, as well as previous shows. It'll connect you to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, and our Instagram. So I am Kimberly Winborn, once again, with Coffee and Collaborations, and my business partner, James Branch. Make sure to go out this week and be a light. You got to shine bright, y'all. Shine, shine.
Absolutely. You've been listening to Coffee and Collaboration, the #1 networking skill building show for people who want to take their skills to the next level. Please join us each Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Central.